Hey Bill, I'm here with my good friend Ben, who is a timber frame expert, and we were just kind of investigating, and this is really stout right here. When you come around the corner, watch what happens here. It goes all the way in. So I'm going to back out a little bit and let you meet Ben, and he's going to tell you a couple of options of what we've got going on.
So what I discussed with Mark is kind of the largest project you can imagine is just a wholesale taking each post out and replacing it with new posts, new bracing. That's certainly a fine way to go, and it keeps me in the loop. But I suggested to Mark that maybe a better solution would be, because not every one of these posts is actually rotten all the way. You'll have good wood starting at some point up on every one. You find out which one is your highest rot, go up above that, cut them all off at the same height, you know, of course, supporting the structure. And then you get that gone and then build your masonry up to the bottom of the good wood, but creating proper spacing off of the masonry so that any water that gets to it can run off and dry out. As of now, the wood is trapped by the rock and the mortar, and so it will never dry out. And so it feels like the solution is to cut off instead of a wholesale replacement. With the replacement of the post and the knee braces also comes replacement of some of the ceiling boards, which you may not want to bite off that much. So
if you were to replace these posts, you would swap out these knee braces for a sleeker knee brace. It wouldn't be quite as large, because these are the same size as the posts, and you would replace these.
And solely all of your structure is based upon the metal connection, the bolt, the metal plate. If we would go back in and replace it, we would it would be a true compression wood to wood connection where the knee brace is actually housed into the post. It would be super tight. You wouldn't have any of these gaps or anything, but it would be a smaller piece, like if this is an 8x8, which it is, it would be a 6x8 that we put in that allows for it to be housed into the post.
The one disadvantage, Bill, that Ben and I were discussing is if we were to come back, remove this bad wood, you would have to have a corresponding new stone coming up to where you're hitting good wood. And to give you an idea of what I'm saying is all of these posts would come way on up, however high they would have to be. So you would have this stone, and they would be, from an aesthetic standpoint, they could be quite dominating. And so keep that in mind. If you go with that route and save the wood, you're going to have much higher columns, and it could create almost a fortress feel to your home here on the lake. Whereas with Ben's first proposal, each one of these columns gets replaced that are exposed to the weather, but these knee braces would go they would drop in 2 inches in appearance. So all of these real stout knee braces would have a thinner, more streamlined look.